Owens had 29 points this week in 2 games, 14 points, 5 rebounds today.
Yeah.
Bryce?
Coach talked a little bit about just challenging you guys at halftime, the leaders to kind of step up. What specifically did you try to do better in the second half?
I tried to get out of myself. I was really down and out in the first half, if you couldn't tell by the looks on my face. But I was really upset with myself. I didn't like my turnovers or my shot selection. And then Coach kind of got on me on the bench, and then she got on me at halftime too. And I just figured, I got to get out of self and get more into team, and I think that's exactly what I did.
You guys knew going in that their guards were going to be a little difficult, and then a couple of them were. What kind of challenges did they present to you guys?
They presented some good ones, actually, but I think that because we prepared and we worked so hard throughout the last 2 days to kind of learn their offense and learn their defense, I think we were ready for it, and we let some things get away from us, which everybody does, but I think for the most part we defended well, and it was a good game for us.
What did go so well in the second half? Your guys' shots were functioning 50%, and then they cooled off significantly from 3-point. What changed?
I think that's what changed our shots. They were going in the second half, and they weren't so much in the first half. Coach mentioned that in halftime as well, and I think that we started taking better shot selections. We got the ball inside a lot more, and then luckily our jumpers were hitting, and then we got it back on defense.
It seemed to me, too, that when you guys went into that trap that you kind of gave them trouble, but you guys gained energy from that.
Yeah, which is good for us, and I think our press is getting a lot better than what it was when we first started. I think we're being a lot more aggressive, and we are getting those traps that we didn't at the beginning of the season, so I think it'll work for us down the line as well. Thank you.
Antiesha, 12 points, and of course the big shot. 2 seconds left. Questions for Tish?
You talk about that play. I mean, I saw Coach over there holding her clipboard right before you took that shot. Was there something specific you were looking for?
Which shot was that?
The late one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really think about, missing it. I mean, I take those shots almost once or twice a game, so that's kind of, my bread and butter. I love going to the left and, hopping back and taking that shot. So it's a shot that I'm very comfortable with, and Coach is very comfortable with me taking. So, just making plays towards the end. I think everybody that was in made a huge play one way or another between getting rebounds, getting fouled, knocking down free throws, or, getting an extra possession for us. So I don't think it came down to my last shot, but, those last rebounds that we grabbed and, solid defense without fouling in those last couple of possessions. So I think that's kind of what it all came down to.
You guys had a solid 9-0 run early in the second half. Is that where you feel like the momentum shifted, or do you think it was right when you came down the ramp in the second half?
I think the momentum shifted in the locker room. I think we all knew what was going wrong in the first half, and we talked about it in the locker room, and we're just like, hey, we got to get it together, you guys. I mean, we know that we shouldn't be playing like this. We know that you can't walk anywhere and walk out flat and expect to beat anybody. I don't care if their record is 0-19. You can't walk out and beat anybody that way. And I think that's what we kind of had to change our mindset towards the second half. So I think you're right. Coming down the pit ramp that second half, I think that's whenever our attitudes changed. I mean, it was a totally different team.
They're all big.
Yeah.
How big? I mean, especially trying to create some more separation within the conference. I mean, there's a big difference between 4-4 and 5-3.
I mean, I think everybody's lost one except for Fresno, and that's the thing. We're halfway into conference, and so these losses, I mean, they might double, they might not. And so this first half, it's great to get off to start 5-3, but defending our home court whenever those big 3 teams come in this next month or so, and really getting those road wins, because Wyoming is going to be a tough road game. San Jose is going to be a tough road game. So just grabbing those road games and defending our pit floor like we have been doing, I think we can stay with those 3 losses.
Being a senior leader, I mean, what does this team need to improve on between now and you got 7 days off between now and when you tip off in San Jose?
just keep peaking. I think we're doing fine. I think we're growing at the right times, and we're being put in tough situations out there on the court. And like, last game, that was a pretty crazy situation. I think everybody grew up in that situation. So I think that kind of jump-started this whole aspect of growing together as a team and peaking at the right time. I just think we need to keep growing and improving on what we're good at and keep working on what we're not so good at, and, exposing other teams' weaknesses and building on our strengths. And I think if we keep doing that, then we'll be fine come March.
Anything else for Tish?